Hey, we're the only ones here again?
Yeah, well, that's what happens when a club is made up of mostly phantom members.
And you're not even really interested in what we do here, right, Mizuki? In the first place, why did you choose to join the literature club?
Obviously, because it's compulsory in our school for every student to join a club activity. I'm pretty sure that was why our phantom members joined as well.
I, Haruto Otsu, am the president of the literature club. Unfortunately, this club is comprised mostly of phantom members that never show up. The only one who attends our meetings aside from me is the girl sitting beside me now, my childhood friend, Mizuki Senna. At this point, I'm just grateful that there's a room in school where I can read my books in peace. But still, I can't bring myself to give up on the club completely. I guess we would be the last place to get new club members out of season.
Does it matter? Even if we don't get any new members, we have enough of them on paper. It's not like the school would shut us down.
You're not wrong. But it's always just the two of us alone here.
So what? You're not happy spending time with me?
I didn't say that.
You should focus a little more on what you have instead of what you don't.
What are you talking about?
Ugh, you're such a blockhead.
With a disgruntled pout on her face, Mizuki turned away from me. Right at that moment,
Haruto, go out with me!
what's going on?
You're the only person I can depend on now. Please, please, please be my boyfriend.
Please, calm down, Saihara! For some reason, while I was hoping to get some new club members, the universe decided to give me a girlfriend instead. I'm sure you have no idea what she's talking about. Trust me, I don't have the slightest clue either. The one who suddenly barged into our room is Karon Saihara, also known as the most beautiful girl in our school. She's the president of the tennis club and my senior in the library committee. If you're trying to confess, I recommend you find a more romantic setting to do it in. Well, my limited experience in this field is kind of telling me that this isn't really a confession, though.
Huh? Did it seem like I was confessing to you? Sorry about that. I was panicking a bit too much. Hold on just a minute. What did she mean by be my boyfriend? Isn't she a senior?
An angry Mizuki suddenly cut into our conversation. You can cool it too. This probably isn't a real confession, right?
You're right. You admitting it just like that kind of pisses me off. Not that I care, though. Sorry, you two. I must have given you quite a shock. Nice to meet you. I'm Haruto's childhood friend and a member of the literature club. Senna. My pleasure, Senna. I'm your senior at school, and I also work with Haruto in the library committee.
No matter how I look at it, I don't think you're here for committee matters.
Yeah, I actually have a favor to ask of you, Haruto. It's a long story, but will you hear me out?
When we nodded, Saihara started explaining the situation.
The thing is, the Saihara headquarters in the countryside, by which I mean my grandparents' house, is actually one of the most influential families in the area. Influential? Yes, even though it's in the country, the house is bigger than you'd see in any city. We own lots of paddy fields and land in general. My grandfather's even the campaign chairman for a distinguished member of parliament.
You're making me jealous. If she doesn't want to work in the future, it sounds like she can live comfortably just off her family's fortune alone.
It's not as good as it sounds, especially for traditional countryside families. There's lots of troublesome things that can come along with it. My grandparents keep telling me about offers they received asking for my hand in marriage, and I'm finding it harder and harder to refuse.
Whoa, marriage offers, huh? A marriage offer is probably one level above dating with the intention of marriage, right? As someone who's never had a girlfriend before, I can't even imagine what that's like.
Yeah, they've become more persistent lately, and I only managed to get out of it by telling them I had a boyfriend. And then they decided to come and visit next week. Of course, what they really want is to see my boyfriend.
I see. So that's why you ended up asking me out?
Exactly. Please help me. 1 week. You just need to pretend to be my boyfriend for 1 week.
Can't you ask one of your classmates or a guy from the tennis club?
But if I find someone I'm always around, there's a high chance they might fall in love with me for real, you know? If that happened, I'd be in even more of a pickle.
Extremely confident, as expected of the top beauty in the school. Though, I guess it's even more amazing that I wouldn't be surprised at all if things turned out exactly as she said.
That's where you come in. You barely reacted when we were put on the library committee together. You don't seem to have much interest in girls, which is reassuring. You prefer virtual girls, don't you?
I'm not saying you're wrong, but don't spill my secrets like that. It's rude.
I don't see the problem. I'm praising you after all, not making fun of you.
Saihara, I never thought you were the type of person to get out of a problem by acting cute. Anyway, I understand the situation. I have no objection to pretending to be your boyfriend for a while. I owe you a lot from our time in the committee after all.
Really? Yay! Thank you, Haruto.
So what exactly do you want me to do?
For 1 week, starting from the coming Monday, I want you to act exactly like any boyfriend would.
All week? Not just the day we're meeting your grandparents?
Yes, we'll be meeting them on Saturday morning. Until then, I want us to have some real couple experience to pull from when spinning our cover story. If we're too careless about it, they'll see right through us.
I see. Roger that. So that's what's happening, Mizuki. I'll be pretending to be her boyfriend all of next week, so the literature club will be taking a short break.
I feel for Saihara too. I guess there's no helping it.
Thanks for understanding.
I'm sorry, Senna. I'm only borrowing Haruto for 1 week, okay? It's not like you need my permission or anything. I have no intention of taking Haruto away from you. I'll make sure to return him in one piece, so don't worry. Who said I was worried? But, Saihara, why are you calling Haruto by his first name? Oh, do you want me to call you by your first name, too? That's not what I mean. Whatever.
That was how I decided to take on the temporary role of Saihara's pretend boyfriend.
Yoo-hoo, Haruto!
Saihara? Why are you here? And on our first day as a fake couple, just when I let my guard down thinking she'd probably ask me out after school, she suddenly showed up at my classroom during lunch break.
Were you surprised?
Me and the whole class.
By the way, did you bring a lunchbox today?
No, I was just going to get something at the cafeteria.
Great, then follow me.
Huh? Saihara took me to an empty classroom.
I thought I would make a lunchbox for you today, just like a real girlfriend would.
Do you really need to go this far?
We have to start by acting the part, right? Plus, if we take a picture of us eating lunch together, we can tell my grandparents all about how lovey-dovey we are at school, too.
Makes sense. In that case, don't mind if I do.
Ta-da!
Whoa! This looks super good!
It does, right? Well, the fried chicken was heated up in the microwave, and the potato salad was left over from last night.
Still more than good enough. Arranged prettily in the lunchbox that Saihara was holding out to me, there were mini sausages, a rolled omelet, fried chicken, cherry tomatoes, and the potato salad.
Come on, have some.
I'm sorry, but what are you doing?
Huh? You can't tell? Maybe if I say it like this. Here, say, ah.
Do we really have to be this kind of sappy couple?
It's more believable this way.
Can we not? It's way too embarrassing.
You're refusing to take the food your girlfriend's feeding you? Are we past our honeymoon stage already?
Hold on there. We're just a fake couple, aren't we? And this is only the first day.
Well, that was a joke, but it's still a shock to be rejected.
Fine. I just need to eat it, right? Lunging forward, I ate the sausage she was holding out to me. It's delicious!
Wow, you really ate it.
Wasn't that what you wanted?
I feel kind of happy, even though we're just pretending.
Really? Well, if it makes her happy, I guess it was worth getting over my embarrassment. After that, I thoroughly enjoyed eating the rest of the lunchbox that Saihara made me. Like a real couple, we met up at the school gate after classes ended and went out on a date. Saihara, did you wait long?
No, I just got here.
That's good.
What should we do now?
For now, we can just go to places where lots of other couples like to go.
The problem is, what are those places?
I don't really know either. I haven't done this before.
Right, I thought so.
Now you're just looking down on me.
Of course not. I was just thinking what an adorable junior you are.
If that isn't looking down on me, what is?
Well, anyway, let's walk to the station for now. And why don't we stop by the donut shop on the way? They just came up with a new flavor, too.
Sounds good. We talked endlessly as we were walking.
And then my grandfather started reminiscing about the time he was still dating my grandmother.
I never know whether I really want to hear it when my family tells me those kinds of stories.
Right? I never know how to react.
There was nothing out of the ordinary in that moment. But standing beside Saihara, I felt like the world was a little more colorful than usual. As Saihara and I were getting used to spending our time together as a couple, one day...
Say, Haruto.
What's up, Mizuki? Sorry, but there's no club meeting today, too.
Is that so? Are you having that much fun pretending to be Saihara's boyfriend?
I mean, I'm only doing this because she asked.
Don't underestimate your childhood friend. From what I know of you, you probably had some kind of thought about how just standing beside her made your world more colorful than usual.
Hey, don't read my mind! It's embarrassing! Does being my childhood friend give her the ability to look into my head? She's scary!
Haruto,
What?
you won't quit the literature club, right?
Huh? Why do you think I would do something like that?
It's just that you look like you're really enjoying yourself with Saihara. If you like spending time with her more than the literature club, then what's going to happen to the club?
The literature club is really important to me as well, you know? I'll be back before you know it, so don't worry too much.
Really?
Of course. You just have to wait a little.
Okay, it's a promise. I'll be waiting.
After saying that, Mizuki returned to her seat happily. But still, I never realized that Mizuki took the literature club so seriously. As the club president, I'm glad to see her dedication. In the days after that, Saihara and I continued going out on dates after school and visited lots of different places. So this is what people call dating. We went to a cafe and ordered a parfait so big, you'd be embarrassed to order it if you were alone.
Wow, it's huge! Wait, pictures first.
Better hurry up. It's gonna melt.
Melted parfait is delicious in its own way.
We went singing at the karaoke.
They made a vow their mother will be found. Sonic Underground!
Wow, I never knew you were the kind of guy to sing songs you don't really know.
Huh? Don't you?
I find it a little embarrassing.
You're missing out on 50% of life.
Just because I don't sing songs I'm not familiar with?
We tried visiting an arcade because Saihara had never been to one before.
See, Haruto, I can't get the doll no matter what I do.
How about I try?
Are you good at this?
Well, as good as anyone, I guess. It's all a matter of probabilities. So, if I do this... Oh, I got it!
Amazing, Haruto, you're a genius.
Here, for you. I gave the stuffed doll I got from the claw machine to Saihara.
Huh? Are you sure? You won it fair and square.
I only went for this one because you looked like you wanted it. And there's nothing strange about a boyfriend giving a present to a girlfriend.
Thank you. I'll treasure it.
In the blink of an eye, Saturday morning arrived. It was finally time for the meeting with Saihara's grandparents. The atmosphere in the living room felt like I was attending a job interview. My entire body was flushed with sweat.
Grandpa, Grandma, this is my boyfriend.
Hello. It's nice to meet you. I'm Saihara's boyfriend, Haruto Otsu. Just when I was trying to decipher the meaning of her grandfather's low growl, he suddenly got up and leaned over.
So, Otsu, how far have you gotten with my granddaughter?
Huh? How far? I had no idea what he was asking and could only stupidly repeat his question.
Wait a minute, Grandpa. Why are you asking about that kind of thing?
I mean, this is an important thing to discuss.
Still, just asking how far we've gotten is a little... listen, Haruto, you don't have to answer that.
Oh, well, if that's what you want, I won't answer it.
Honey, a little too much for the first meeting, don't you think? But I like his reaction. Such an innocent boy.
Yes, just like me when I was young. You were my first, after all.
Now, not in front of the children, darling. Not now, you two. Can you not slip into memory lane while Haruto is here? My, our apologies. So, young man, do you like our Karen?
Yes, I like Saihara. I mean, Karen. To be honest, it's a pretty embarrassing thing to say, but as her fake boyfriend, this is probably the best way to answer. To be honest, I've always liked Saihara the most among all my committee seniors, so there's some truth in what I'm saying.
Oh, what a bold young man. I approve.
Indeed, he's a man worthy of our granddaughter. Karen, you found a good one.
Thank you. Karen? When I turned to her, she was flushed bright red and staring at the floor. Is she feeling sick or something?
Otsu, we'll leave Karen to you.
Yes, I understand. It looks like I've somehow managed to get her grandparents' approval. After that, the conversation progressed without incident. Since you have someone you like, there will be no more talk of blind dates or marriage offers, was what they told her. That should be one worry off of Saihara's mind. At the end of the meeting, she offered to walk me to the station. Good for you. I guess this is a success for Mission Fake Couple.
Yeah, I guess it is, but... Say, Haruto, are you free tomorrow?
Well, I don't have any plans.
We agreed in the beginning to do this for 1 week, so that means we're technically still a couple tomorrow, right?
Oh, you're right. Since we started on Monday, it's only right to end on Sunday.
The thing is, I also want to thank you for helping me. So, why don't you come out on one last date with me?
Huh? The next day, we decided to spend our last day as pretend boyfriend and girlfriend out on a date.
Haruto, did you wait long?
No, I just got here.
This is the opposite of how it is when we met after school, huh?
Now that you mention it, behind my casual reply, I was captivated by my first sight of Saihara out of uniform. As expected of the most beautiful girl in our school, she looks just as good in her own clothes as she does in her school uniform. If I'm being honest, she's just too pretty for this world.
Do you like how I look in these clothes?
No. You look the same.
What a pity. I spent so long choosing the cutest outfit just for you, Haruto.
Thank you?
Wrong answer.
Huh? There's a right answer?
When a girl puts her all into picking out nice clothes for a date, I think there's one thing you definitely have to tell her. Am I right?
At this point, even someone as dense as me can guess what she's waiting for. I'm kind of shy to say it, but we're a couple. Even if it's only pretend. You look beautiful.
Hearing it said out loud like that makes me blush.
Oh no. We're supposed to be a fake couple. So why do I feel real breathlessness when I see her reaction? The place we decided on for the date was a zoo in the city. Both of us had been here before when we were little, but it's our first time here as high school students. Oh, there's the lion.
Wow, it's so impressive when you see it up close. Look, it's the kangaroos.
They're pretty funny when they're not jumping and just lazing around like that.
That one looks like my dad.
It might sound like we're bashing those poor kangaroos a bit too much, but I thought I resembled them too. We enjoyed our time in the zoo to the fullest. On the way back, we dropped by a park that Saihara said she liked.
Today was fun, right?
Yeah, I had fun too. It's been such a long time since I last went to the zoo.
Yes, me too. But I think I only enjoyed myself so much because I was with you, Haruto.
Saying that, she turned her beautiful smile on me. Come on, this isn't playing fair.
How do you feel about our date?
I really enjoyed myself too.
I'm glad. Say, Haruto.
What is it? When she answered, the smile on her face was like a flower blooming in the sun.
go out with me? I'm asking you out, not as a fake boyfriend this time, but as a real one.
At the literature club meeting the next day, I told Mizuki about everything. And that's what happened.
What?
Anyway, I haven't given her an answer yet. Though, I think I don't mind the thought of going out with her. And maybe even getting married to her down the road.
Huh?
Hey, why are you suddenly shouting?
How do you expect me not to shout? No way, I object. Over my dead body. I'm your childhood friend, the only real member of your club.
All things I know?
Saihara is just a woman that only recently popped out of nowhere.
I mean, I already knew her from the library committee.
But I liked you first.
Huh?
Oh, I said it.
Mizuki, you...
You heard right. I like you, Haruto. I've liked you for a long time.
But you never said anything!
I was too shy, and I was scared of things between us changing. But I joined this club because I wanted to be with you.
Seriously? Even if she never directly told me how she felt, how dumb is she for not telling me? I'm not a mind reader for crying out loud!
I did all that for you, but that thief, she confessed to you after just 1 week? I won't forgive you.
Saying that, Mizuki pointed threateningly at Saihara, who was standing awkwardly beside me.
I guess I saw this coming. But there was no way around it. Haruto said he wanted to let you know in person. It is too early to start gloating. But I couldn't help falling for him, and I confessed first. The early bird gets the worm. Exactly, I liked him first. I mean, even though you liked him first... Don't say it like that, you make it sound like I've already lost. In the first place, weren't you the one sneaking around by confessing to him after pulling that pretending dating crap? I don't know what you're talking about. Haruto, you should go out with me for 1 week too. It's too unfair otherwise.
Seriously?
How is it unfair when you had so many chances over the years to confess and still didn't do it? I mustered up all my courage for this confession, you know. I would have confessed by now too if I used some sort of underhanded trick like pretend to be my boyfriend for 1 week. Haruto! Haruto, which one of us do you want to date? Which one of us do you want to date?
Huh? I mean, you're both important to me.
That doesn't help. Do you have to be so indecisive, Haruto? Now that it's come to this, it looks like we have no choice. How about we each try our best to appeal to Haruto so that he can make up his mind on which of us is the most suitable girlfriend for him? Challenge accepted. I definitely won't lose to someone who suddenly appeared out of nowhere.
Not to burst your bubble, but that line is exactly what losers in shows normally say. Maybe you should change it.
You be quiet, Haruto.
Yikes! And that was what kicked off a fierce and intense battle between the two of them. During lunch break the next day, it was decided that the three of us would meet up in an empty classroom to eat together.
Haruto, here, open up. Haruto, over here, say ah.
Give me a break, you two. I'm begging you, just let me eat in peace.
That won't do, Haruto. We're in the middle of our match right now. Exactly. This is a fight that I have to win at all costs.
You sound like you're representing Japan at an international competition.
Of course, just how much do you think I like you? I refuse to lose either. There's only yourself to blame for making me so crazy about you, Haruto. What? Haruto, what exactly did you do?
I simply fulfilled my duty as a fake boyfriend.
He even said he liked me. What the heck? You're just crafty. For your information, I've already introduced Haruto to my family as my boyfriend. As a potential girlfriend, I'm 1 step ahead of you. I bet you don't even know his parents as well as I do. I've stayed over at his house before, too. But that was when you were little, right? Though it still makes me jealous. That's my advantage as his childhood friend.
Please stop fighting over me.
It's all your fault. You were the one who was seduced by Saihara. Everything would settle down if you would choose me, you know. No, pick me. On the contrary, you should date me.
Looks like I gotta deal with these noisy days for a while yet.